Howdy, folks. This ain't our usual big city, slick talking, critical thinking podcast. This here is Trapper Keeper, our Mountain Monsters recap show. A recap show for a show that hasn't aired in years and is hidden in the shit pile that is Max's streaming catalog and other places for free, but we can't talk about that. Anyway, this episode is going to be on the Mothman of Mason County. This is the big one, baby. We're talking big time.
It's our best friend, the
Mothman. We've done a couple episodes of Mothman, haven't we?
Yeah.
Mothman's come up a few times, though.
Mothman's come up a few times. However, our big Mothman episode, which I was in charge of, is on episode 7. So it's our early.
Yeah.
We in the dangs now. But yeah, if you want the full rundown on Mothman, the lore around it, but also I think that one I talked about like beef between like paranormal investigators as well. So if you want beef, Mothman tea, Mothman body tea. So that's the episode to listen to. But we're talking about a different Mothman episode.
Yeah.
Ben,
an episode
fly away
of Mountain Monsters. So Mothman, as we all know from Mothman, he's like kind of a bear eagle, you know? So half bear, half eagle.
Okay.
So anyway, they don't say that in this episode, but you know, I was having, that was my prediction, was that they were gonna like kill with like bear eagle. But you know, we start off our usual mountain monster starting in the Ames mobile. They're investigating sightings of a winged creature with a 12-foot wingspan and bat-like wings, according to Trapper. It's around 30 seconds after the intro that Buck name drops Mothman, which is a little gauche, if you ask me. We wouldn't do such a thing.
Never.
Jeff intros the Mothman stats. He's 7 to 8 feet tall, so he could be like a good, very tall NBA player. 10-foot wingspan, 500 to 600 pounds, lives in caves, loves bridges, and of course is an omen of disaster. Anything to add as our house expert there?
And he's also my best friend. He's my best friend. Well, speaking of NBA basketball player, what basketball team would you want the Mothman to be on?
I mean,
bearing in fact that he is sort of like also like a UCM that's like an omen of doom. So you'd be dooming your basketball team as well, which is why I like to volunteer him to be on the Warriors. I was going to choose between the Lakers or the Warriors, but I was like, who do I want to hurt? Are you
anti-Warriors?
I'm anti-California sports teams. I don't like the Dodgers. I tolerate the Giants because of my family. I tolerate the Niners. I don't ever want to look at the Raiders.
Okay. The Raiders are no longer in California. Not an issue.
I don't think about the Kings that often as of Mike Bibby leaving in 2004. I don't know. But yeah, actually put Mothman on every single team except for the Dodgers because Ohtani's on there right now. And I allow Ohtani to make one choice at a time.
I'm not a baseball person, but as far as baseball beef goes, you cannot spare the Dodgers the Mothman curse.
I will spare them because Ohtani is there. If Ohtani moved to the Giants, I would spare the Giants. Okay? It's just I don't care for the Dodgers. Matter of fact, when I text someone the word Dodgers, I censor the word Dodgers.
Good. All right, fair enough.
And I know I've got blue hair, but it's not for the Dodgers. It's because it's Sonic the Hedgehog and it matches my brother's car. So
it's pretty sick.
I would put the Mothman on all California sports teams. What about you, Ben?
What an own goal. I'll throw him with the Lakers. You know, that's I gotta go with it. I'm a basic Northern California boy. You know, I like to see
I'd like to see us suffer a little bit.
You know,
matter of fact, I'm tired of us. Clone the Mothman. Put him on every team available.
Just end sports.
I don't know. Wait. Maybe not the Sharks.
The Sharks.
Maybe I'm okay with the NHL.
Are you? Okay. So the San Jose Sharks are getting the pass.
Yeah, maybe them, but you know, they're literally on thin ice, dog.
Ooh, all right, well, this is it. That's it. All right, outro, folks. This episode.
And then you forgot to say outro.
All right, this is gonna run a little long, I guess. All right, so Mothman is gonna doom us all to death. So as moving on from that tangent, I have another tangent because I heard. Look, I got heard 10-foot wingspan. I was like, nah, no fucking way, no way, because I know a thing or two about birds. Okay, not that much, but the largest wingspan we know is the wandering albatross, which is around 12 feet, right?
Uh-huh.
And like an albatross weighs around 26 pounds on average.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I see where you're going.
26 pounds, right? Not a whole lot of weight. And I found a Live Science article that estimated that a 5-foot tall, 150-pound human would need a 20-foot wingspan. Okay, that's a lot of wing. That's like, bigger than the width of my apartment, probably.
Uh-huh.
So if we're putting some basic math here, right? We're talking like a 600-pound creature, right?
Yes.
That would require an 80-foot wingspan.
Goddamn. For
Jeff's thick ass Mothman. That's big as fuck. That's like 80 feet. 80 feet of wings. That's crazy.
How much does Yao Ming weigh? Hold on.
How much does Yao Ming weigh? He's not 600 pounds. I can promise you that.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, thank you. 311. Okay.
Yeah. 2 Yao Mings.
Shaq, wait. Not Shaw. Wait, who the fuck is Shaw? 324.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So yeah, two Shaqs or 2 Yao Mings, or Shaq and Yao Ming combo.
Yeah. So they're like holding on to each other like this. They need what? 80
feet.
80 feet.
Yeah.
Of wing. One of them would need 40 feet of wing.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know. I'm just because I'm Asian.
Yeah. That's a lot, right? Isn't that? So I just wanted to flag that because I feel like I've never considered the weight of the Mothman, but
I haven't either.
600 pounds seems hefty. That seems like a big boy for Mothman.
Why did I think that he just weighed like a regular person?
I would assume
because the height.
Because he flies, JD. Because he flies, it can't be that. It can't be that heavy. It's just not.
We're assuming that the Mothman makes sense, Ben.
It does. I mean, we both believe in Mothman. We know this. Like
that's our friend.
Like, yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Friend of the pod.
I'm sorry. He's right there right now.
Are those wings I hear? Offended wings.
He flew away. So, damn it.
Jeff tells us about the Silver Bridge collapse, and that the Silver Bridge collapse was a display of the Mothman's powers as he landed on the bridge and he basically busted it down freak style, and he shook the whole bridge apart. That was basically what Jeff said. Which he was so thick. He was so thick, and he was shaking it so crazy style that the bridge broke apart, and like 40 people died. It's
who up Mothman they man, you guys.
Trapper says that the Mothman is their greatest challenge to their 0% success rate yet. He says that the creatures they deal with are animal type and on the ground, which, fair enough. Yeah. Mothman, on the other hand, seems to have mystic powers.
They've never dealt with bug type, okay? This is not a gym they've been to. Okay.
Exactly. So that's where I was going to, obviously. I was thinking psychic bug, potentially, like a little combo. So that would mean that they need, like, ghost or dark type to beat it. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
So the Ames boys pretty clearly outmatched because they have got 0 things, nothing in their roster. So they meet up with Crash, deer hunter, who has a recent first-hand account of seeing the Mothman, and is wearing a camo field jacket and an American flag bandana, and he's got a full Billy Goat beard. Crash was a character to me. Crash stuck out with me as witnesses go.
Yeah. I did. I also did like his name a ton.
Crash is sick. I mean,
Crash Bandicoot. We've got Crash Bandicoot in the house right now.
Famous Crash is Bandicoot.
The Crash.
Those are the two. Crash saw the Mothman on some power lines and was struck by its haunting eyes. Trapper explains that birds can also fly and that owls have big eyes. Crash retorts that he knows what a bird looks like and says the Mothman had a wingspan of 8 feet, which is even fucking smaller. Way smaller.
Again, he is not a butterfly guy.
So we're talking that's like what? I don't know, like an owl. I don't know. This guy it can't be.
Guys, you're just stirring Ben up.
600 pounds? No way. Crash takes the Ames team to where they shot the Mothman, and the microphones pick up the sound of his collection of earrings clicking together in the breeze. And look, the quality was not amazing, but it looked like a couple feathers, and I think it was like it looked like a jar, like a tiny, like kind of jar. Did you catch it?
It seemed like an if I'm imagining the same exact thing, it seemed like something I would wear.
I was just like struck by like the sound, because it like had like a little ASMR moment of just Crash's earrings. Just it was like a like somewhat artistic shot for the show too, of like Crash's the side profile of his head and like the earrings clinking in the wind as he described seeing the Mothman.
He has an Etsy shop.
He might, quite possible. Probably it's gone very patriotic in the last few years for sure. I don't know if you want to support Crash's business.
Oh God.
Crash says the Mothman made the sound of the power lines louder and that he was moving around like he was dancing. Somehow the electricity was doing something to him. Maybe it was charging him or something. So again, Mothman is a dancer, as we've learned in the show.
I really was struck by the Mothman charging himself.
It's an image. It's evocative for sure.
Yeah.
So Crash then describes himself as blind as a bat.
His Crash Bandicoot.
He's blind as a bat without my glasses, but he says that he was still able to see the Mothman's eyes and watched as he teleported, dancing from spot to spot on the power lines. So Jeff is like, oh, he's probably been hypnotized by the Mothman, which is, that's the logical thing to assume.
Yeah.
A guy who just said he was blind and that he saw a shape
Mothman healed him for 1 second.
That's it. So, we're kicking into night one, and the Ames team decides to spend time around those mysterious power lines. The Buck humiliation ritual for the episode begins as they send Buck and Huckleberry to walk along the power lines. Huckleberry says he thinks the Trapper may have some sick exercise plan for you, to Buck. As Jeff and Trapper stand watching them walk on the thermal camera, another heat signature comes into view. Trapper instructs Huckleberry and Buck to walk into the woods to investigate, and they begin to hear Mothman calls near them. A glazed look crosses Buck's face, and Trapper says they needed to make a tactical retreat. They regroup, and Jeff expresses his worry that they may not be able to trap the Mothman because it's, quote, our first supernatural predator. As they walk towards the car, they wonder how they can possibly hunt such a creature. Suddenly, Buck turns back in slow motion. We're shown this 3 times, and then they zoom in on what appears to be 2 glowing Mothman eyes in the distance. Buck asks if anyone else sees the Mothman, and no one else does. But they point out that Buck is looking pale. Buck brushes it off, but they continue to trek to the car. Buck asks to hold on for a second before face-planting in the grass. The team revives Buck, removing his bandana to encourage circulation to his brain. Buck is disoriented, and they give him into their little buggy, and they ride off, leaving Jeff and Huckleberry worried about the impact of the investigation on Buck. The next day begins, and Willie and Wild Bill have been cooking up something in their lab, and I'm not just talking Walter White style. They pull up a collection of metal pipes. Willie explains that this trap will be different because containment is not the goal. Given Mothman's teleportation abilities, Willie has come up with a giant bug zapper.
Let's fucking go.
I fucking love this. This is my favorite trap, I think, so far. And I guess the logic is that like Mothman, he teleports, but he can't teleport through electricity, they say.
Yeah. Ben, this is your favorite trap. Please explain it please explain it to the chat, because I was like, okay, I literally wrote that they believe that he can teleport.
He's believe he can teleport. They believe he is charged by electricity.
So why?
And yet they believe that they can trap him with electricity.
Yeah. So I was like,
doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't.
I sat there and I had to write it out with a lot of ellipses.
Yeah.
Because what? So Mothman gets attracted to the thingy, and
right,
it's a supernatural creature being. Maybe in some lore, it's like an alien from outer space. Do you? A big ass bug zapper?
The bug zap. I'm not saying that it made sense or was like a effective trap. Obviously, none of the show's traps are effective. Just
take
how,
that back about my beautiful wife, the snare trap.
Okay, sorry. The snare trap would totally work in like a cartoon or but I feel like there's just something so like it's a big bug zapper.
Yeah,
that's what struck me, because I think like all the kind of like, oh, it'll stop his psychic powers, electricity, even though we're also talking about him being electric powered, basically, like he can absorb power from electricity, doesn't make any fucking sense. No,
yeah. I loved it aesthetically, and like I love big versions of things.
I like big versions of things. This could be a good roadside attraction. I could see this popping up in like somewhere in West Virginia, like world's biggest bug zapper. Come see it, and it's like
almost got the Mothman.
Yeah, and it looks just as shitty as it does in the show. It's like not like made to look more like a bug zapper or anything. It's just like a collection of metal pipes.
This one's got actual moths in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just couldn't connect. I just couldn't figure out their explanation for it.
Yeah, no, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Wild Bill had some not really explanation. I guess he had a thought of the use case for this. You ever anybody eat moth? They're good eating, bro. I bet once we got them fried up in there. So the plan is, I think, to eat Mothman after they catch him. At least that's Wild Bill's aim.
Oh God!
So they think it's like catch, cook, eat, all on one with the bug zapper. Yeah.
Mothman, I believe, has some sort of mind reading sentience power to him, according to some lore. Do you think Mothman, once he got into Wild Bill's mind, knowing that Wild Bill potentially wants to eat him, was like, I'm going to stay the fuck away, actually?
That is kind of a deterrent for a Mothman, probably, being inside Wild Bill's mind. It's like a...
Do you think he's like psychic?
Yeah, it's like that, like kind of like, you want to stand in my shoes? You want to walk around my shoes? Try spending a minute in my mind.
In his dark mind.
Yeah.
The Mothman was like, I'm
fucking out. All right,
I'm out, dude. I'm best as fuck, boy. I'm gone.
I'm teleporting the fuck out of here. I'm instant transmitting
somewhere else. I'm going, I don't know, California. I don't know.
Yeah. So the trap is also powered by a very subtle and indiscreet like diesel generator, which was another thing where I was just like, how do you think this is gonna, like, you think Mothman's not gonna hear like a generator running to power it? Yeah, he's not gonna be like suspicious of that. Of
this big ass trap. Like I genuinely am like, listen, we sound like we're Mothman's best friends, and we are. I'm like, isn't Mothman kind of smart?
Right, he's like psychic powered. That seems like, to me, I associate psychic with like some kind of like, oh, smart.
Yeah, he's up there. He's got some up there.
He's cerebral. Yeah, you're not just gonna get him with a bug zap. He's not gonna be like fly into it and be drawn to a bug zapper. That's not part of the Mothman lore.
You don't think that the Mothman knew what you were gonna do before you even thought you were gonna do it?
Right, exactly. And as we know, it's a beagle, so they should be using like a bear trap or something too.
Sorry. Say that a little slower so that I can get the pronunciation.
Beagle.
Beagle. Okay. Beagle.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
TM.
Meanwhile, the rest of the team, they had to interview witness number 2. But they're all concerned after the events of last night, and Buck is still visibly shaken and potentially in the Mothman's thrall, I think. The next witness is Mark, outdoorsman, who I think might just be Crash in a different hat. Mark was in the woods and saw a creature with red glowing eyes on a bridge. The creature was at least 7 feet tall. No note of the wingspan. The parallels of the Mothman being on a bridge, given the Mothman association with the tragic Silver Bridge collapse in the 60s, concerns everyone in the group. They arrive at the bridge in question, which is absolutely beat to shit, just absolutely busted. Not functioning in any transit capacity. I don't think even like safe for human use at all. And it's so bad that the group has to acknowledge it too, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was hilarious to me. Actually, that entire sequence.
This was like the first time I've seen them like shit on a witness. Really,
yeah. I love that this was just a guy that they're like, I do not believe you.
They're like, fuck this guy, fuck him, wasting our time.
Guy?
We're still gonna put him in the show, but come the fuck on. Yeah,
we gotta do one where we don't believe him.
Yeah. So Buck says that bridge is way too little to hold anything, especially someone my size, and the Mothman is supposed to be bigger. There's no way that'd hold. I think that's anticipating that Buck, that Trapper would try to force Buck to climb on the bridge. In my mind, I was like, he's trying to like put this off. Buck is skeptical of the story, and yeah, so is Jeff. And Jeff is skeptical, and he asks Mark how big the Mothman's wingspan was, and he says 12 to 14 feet. And Jeff, in a separate talking head, says Mark's story is not adding up. Some of the things he's telling us just couldn't be true. I think he's seen an owl. What fucking owl has a 14-foot wingspan, Jeff? Also, 14 foot, still too small, but bigger than your fucking 10-foot wingspan shit. Come the fuck on, Jeff.
There's
Yeah.
The one that gets mistaken for the most for Mothman is this what is this sandhill crane or something?
Sandhill crane, yeah.
Sandhill crane. How big is a crane weight?
Wingspan of sandhill crane? Oh, they're big. They're tall birds. I think they're like 5 feet tall, at least, or something like that.
Yeah, it says wingspan is 5 feet to 6.5 feet tip to tip. They stand 3 to 4 feet and weigh between 7 to 11 pounds.
Yeah, they're big. They're big birds.
Full grown. I need a full grown. Yeah, it's still like 8 to 10 pounds.
They're small. Yeah, I mean, it's a bird. Again, it's a bird. Things that fly are not generally super heavy. Like, that's just. I'm not seeing those 600-pound Mothman flying around here. That's crazy, Jeff. That number, yeah. But the fact that you're being like, things aren't adding up. This couldn't be just. This doesn't sound like a moth. Shut the fuck up, Jeff. Shut the fuck up. That's coming from me right now. This is.
I had a prediction about this guy.
Yeah, well, Jeff.
I don't have a prediction about the trap this time around because I was just like, I don't even understand the trap.
Okay.
So I personally was convinced that the Mark witness was like a red herring type thing where like it was gonna be like, oh, maybe not red herring, but like they don't believe him. But then later on in the episode, Mark's gonna call them and be like, he's here, and they go back to Mark, and Mark literally has the Mothman in his backyard, and they could have been like, we're sorry we didn't believe you, Mark. Right, I thought that was fully gonna happen.
Or like they drive away and Mark pulls up his mask and it's the Mothman.
It was me, Mothman.
Fooled him again.
I literally thought they were gonna get a call from
right.
I thought they were gonna go to
come back.
I thought they were gonna have a returning thing like where they end up at like witness number 3 had like good evidence, but turns out it was fake. But then Mark's been the real one all along. It was you all along, Mark.
Right? Yeah, it was always you, Mark. It was always you. It's always meant to be you. But
Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
But sadly not the case. So Trapper, apparently he's cooked up that a bridge is a requirement for the Mothman trap. But he also decides that the busted ass bridge in question, Mark's shitty, stupid bridge, is a waste of time.
Bitch ass bridge.
So it can't be considered as a trap site. So next they meet up with Jeremy, who has a video. So they crowd around the back of a pickup truck and use a strange sort of technology box of some type called a laptop to watch Jeremy's video. The video shows an old bridge, which, according to Trapper, is the setting of 90% of all Mothman sightings. And a shadowy blob moves on top of the bridge.
I cannot see shit.
It's in like the lower right corner. It is like a blob that kind of like moves on the top of the bridge. It's not, surprise, surprise. It's not the most impressive.
Yeah, because I'm like, what were you supposed to see? Like, I think I put it up on brightness because I watched this on the other friend that we have. And I was like, maybe that's my problem, is that I couldn't see shit because of the video. But I don't think I would have been able to see shit regardless. Because, like, I saw the thing, but I also didn't know what it was. They were like, those are the eyes. And I'm like, where? It's
like, so you can see, viewers, you won't be able to see this. There's a chair in the corner of my screen here. It's about, like, in that corner, like, about that much of the screen. And it, like, kind of moves out of sight. That's basically that's it. Like a little blob is in the lower right corner of the screen, and it like walks away down the bridge, and you're like, "All right, sure, interesting."
Okay.
So that's about what you see.
So that's better than Mark.
That's better than Mark. Fucking Mark.
Fucking Mark.
Fucking Mark, bro.
God damn it.
So Jeremy, veteran, rolls up on an ATV. He's wearing a camo tank top. They ask how he was able to capture such incredible footage, and Jeremy explains that he always has a strange piece of technology on him called a cell phone. So unlike Mark's dog shit story, Jeremy's checks out with the Ames boys, and they determine that this is the perfect location to place the giant bug zapper. The bridge in question is also closed to traffic. You can't drive on it, but it's also next to the replacement bridge, which made me wonder what would happen if Mothman decided to land on the other bridge that was right next to it. We never find out. Spoilers. Willie talks up Wild Bill's climbing expertise, which is a growing theme in the last 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. And we learned that Wild Bill's day job for the past 34 years, which I was like, whoa, that's is a lineman for a construction company, and he works 12 to 14-hour days. So, like, hard hand man status confirmed with Wild Bill. It's a lot of setup, because I know in my heart of hearts that we're going to see Wild Bill eat a lot of shit from heights in this show. They drop the pulley system into the trap and have to rappel down to retrieve it. They hoist the trap into the air, and it's ready to drop on the Mothman, which I guess is part of it as well. That it's going to drop on Mothman, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, right. The trap also includes light to attract the Mothman because he's a Mothman. And also it illuminates the trap. So the plan is to make kind of a runway of torches that guide the Mothman towards the light and the cage. And then as the Mothman patches each of them in their torches, they're going to extinguish their torches, so they'll be drawn to the only remaining bright light. Just want to say, seeing a group of white hicks carrying torches is a slightly scary sight, for reasons.
Recall a specific image in the last 10 years that we really, really have in the top of our minds.
There's something in the zeitgeist that happened that was a little scary, but they're not tiki torches, at least. So,
this one, they're just trying to get the Mothman.
They're just trying to get Mothman. That's okay. I think that's enough. Willie, Wild Bill, and Buck are stationed up the hill. Jeff, Huckleberry, and Trapper are hidden near the bridge. As they hike up the hill, Buck begins to cough. Willie and Wild Bill check in on him, and he reassures them that it's just his back, which I was like, all right, that's not really what happens when my back hurts. But then Buck sees 2 glowing red Mothman eyes up the hill. Buck radios into Trapper to let him know he's seen something, and Trapper is like, Buck, get the fuck off the fucking radio. Give it to Willie in case you faint again. Willie, let me talk to you. Willie, let me talk to Willie for a minute.
Like, so funny.
That was hella funny. Whereas it's like, Buck ain't shit. Buck's gonna fucking faint again. Like, don't give him the goddamn radio. So Team Willie light their torches to draw the Mothman in, and Willie and Wild Bill begin to show off their fire dancing skills. And then behind them, we see a pair of glowing eyes in the woods. Down the hill, Trapper and Huckleberry hear mysterious sounds. Willie sees the Mothman's eyes, and Trapper warns them to look down to avoid getting mogged by the Mothman. Jeff then notices that things have caught on fire. It turns out that Wild Bill and Willie's torches, which they extinguished, they were very sure that they extinguished them when they saw the Mothman, were relit by the Mothman's psychic powers. Ain't like no critter we been after before. Shit, brother, I can tell you that, Wild Bill says after they regroup. They head back towards the trap, but Buck begins to feel the psychic weight of the Mothman again. They bring him down to the buggy to sit down. As they settle Buck, the generators go off, and at the same time, the trap is activated. So they got him. The 2 trap activations in a row. Pretty good. They run towards the trap, but find nothing in there because the Mothman's psychic powers took the power out, and he was able to escape via teleportation and flight. Buck explains the frustration of capturing the Mothman, only to have it slip through their metaphorical fingers. We're always able to get to the bottom of everything else, but this is just unexplainable. So, much like Sun Wukong attempting to escape the Buddha's palm, the Ames team realizes that the otherworldly abilities of the Mothman and the supernatural world around them is vast and unknowable, and potentially they're just a small piece of this puzzle. Yeah. So what did you think of this one?
As friends of the Mothman.
Yeah.
I did like this episode because I feel like because of the Mothman episode that I did, I watched a lot of like Mothman content and all that stuff, and read a lot of like Mothman articles and all that stuff. This one, for some reason, even if it was like a decade ago, felt still very new to me in terms of the Mothman like sort of like story, they love to say that the Mothman has a portfolio, and that includes the bridge, right?
Right.
So I felt like it was so new to me still and interesting that someone was going to try and trap the Mothman as like a concept, like a tangible thing. We're gonna catch the Mothman, right? Because there's the usual feel of like the Mothman thing is like, I'm going to catch evidence, I'm going to catch a photo of the Mothman and blah blah blah. So like that's the general feel of catching the Mothman, right? We have like the Bigfoot thing where it's like everyone's trying to kill Bigfoot, you know, that kind of thing. And then but the Mothman is like, we're going to get a picture of the Mothman, we're going to get a Mothman sighting, something like that. But to have like them being like, we're going to trap the Mothman, Wild Bill's like, I'm going to eat the Mothman kind of stuff. It's still like, who is doing it like that? No one is trying to catch the Mothman.
That's the Mountain Monsters twist, I think, is that I feel like implied in them catching most things is like the idea that they're going to eat it.
Oh my god. Well, I was not thinking of that one, especially for the next one. I'm a little hesitant on the idea of eating the next creature.
There's some skunk eaters on the show.
Allegedly. But I don't. Why would they eat a cryptid?
Because they're gourmands, JD. They love to experiment. They love to try new.
I don't think I want to eat the stinky one that we just covered.
Well, look, the Wampus Beast is known to be stinky, but so is a skunk, and some
that's
of these
gonna be extra gamey. I don't think you could cook the gamey feeling out of that. But yeah, like the concept of capturing the Mothman, because I feel like, like the Mothman is such a supernatural creature that I don't ever conceive of anyone like physically like, I'm going to like how do you contain the Mothman with its like, this is what they come to the conclusion of, is you cannot capture the Mothman. But they had to like try it out because fuck around and find out that you can't capture the Mothman. So it's like, even with all the Mothman shit going on right now and all the stuff that we have on the Mothman, it was very novel to have someone say, I'm going to capture the Mothman in this big old cage.
I think that is definitely their. No one else is doing it like them on that front for sure. And I think like, as the resident Mothman expert, how frequently do psychic attacks factor in to Mothman interactions?
I definitely was like, yo. I was like, damn, is Buck losing it? He's really being targeted and all that stuff. But like, I think like a lot of it is just the ominous feeling of the Mothman, right? And the Mothman chasing you down. Like, you have the general feeling of dread because of the Mothman, right? But I don't remember off the top of my head like the frequency of like psychic attacks via like the Mothman. I do know there's like some stories of like people encountering like the Mothman and then like knowing that he's in your brain, or like at least he's in there and he's like, he understands what you're saying. But like the like looking, like the one where who says it, like don't look at him in the eyes or something like that,
right?
I've never heard of that, like don't look Mothman in the eyes kind of thing. Because like the most dangerous one I know of the Mothman is literally the one where he was trying to take that baby from that one lady in her house, and the baby literally had to fight off the Mothman.
The baby fought the Mothman off?
No, the lady.
Oh, okay.
The mom. Bennett was an infant. Okay, I don't think. Listen, if I don't think. I think Mothman would have been captured by this trap if it was able to be fought off by a baby. But like I don't know much about the idea of the moth. Like, I think the Mothman thing that could maybe be like psychic is like its association with like Indrid Cold. So like maybe that's like, but that's like the more alien, like Mothman is from outer space, alien kind of thing, like narrative of it. But I don't think that they're at
baseline
that.
Mothman is not necessarily.
Yeah. Like Mothman expanded could maybe like psychically damage you or something like that. But the general Mothman thing, like at least from what I remember and know, is like, yo, he's giving you a sense of dread, and also he's really fucking big and like will chase down your car and attempt to take your baby, but you can fight him off, kind of thing.
Okay.
God.
Yeah. Interesting.
It was like this one. I think this one so far of the 5 that we watched has been like my favorite and the most interesting to me. Maybe because it's like the one that like I know of really well,
Right.
but like I would have thought like the ones that I don't know anything about, I'd be like very interested in. But
Not the case.
this one though, it really felt like to me, very innocent and like I don't want to say this one's innocent and childlike and sort of like the aspect of like we know that there's a monster, we're gonna go and catch it, and it felt like imaginative play with your friends during recess.
Fair. Yeah, I think it's definitely like the bug zapper. I feel like it's very improv-y, very like free association of like Mothman, moth light, moth drawn to bug zapper. We got like you see where the connections are drawn there.
They were doing jazz with their thoughts and ideas.
Yeah.
But this one was like my favorite. The sort of playing around in the Mothman lore, playing around kind of thing. And I think this one, I wrote this down. But where is it? Where did I put that? Did I not put it on this page? Hello. Oh, I put where we are getting a beautiful look at the straight up bizarreness of mountain monsters. And if you think this is weird now, just you wait, baby.
That's fair. Yeah, I feel like this is like kind of the first like thing where they're like, oh, we're like interacting with the monster. Like,
we're getting psychically attacked.
Right. Buck is being psychically attacked and kind of put into the thrall of the Mothman.
Because a lot of the danger so far for them is like physical damage, right?
Right.
Willie's pigs have been attacked. Buck has slipped because of water in a pond, but right now, no, he's getting like he's been hypnotized.
Psychic damage from the Mothman.
Yeah. And it felt like at some points I was like, is Buck under the influence of the Mothman right now?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go off and be like, ruin the trap.
Yeah.
Like that.
Buck would be drawn to the light.
Yeah.
Buck zaps himself.
Yeah.
I can see that happening in the show.
Buck,
yeah.
Instead of a bug zapper, it's a bug. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I was like, this was a nice, like, 5th episode. It got a little way weird, but not weird enough. And if you liked how weird it was, stick around and find out like that kind of thing. So I like this episode. Like so far, it's like one of my like my faves.
I agree. I think it might be my favorite so far. Yeah. I give it 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
-1 star because of fucking Mark wasting my time.
You shithead.
The fucking the wingspan thing, which it got to me a little bit.
That wingspan thing really got you. Like, what if it's like, okay, like, would you let it get away with that concept if like Mothman was just like the wings are just an accessory?
Like he can't fly?
No, like he can fly, but he doesn't need the wings to do it.
He doesn't need the wings to do it.
Yeah.
Why does he have the wing? Just for
it's an
fucking
accessory,
aesthetics?
Ben. Yeah. Or would that even knock it down another star? Because you're just irritated.
I mean,
you're like, if it's an aesthetic kind of thing, like at least kind of like make it close enough. You're like, the chainmail is not right. The sides of the sword is not right.
It's giving cosplay if the Mothman can fly, but just has wings for no reason, just for aesthetic purposes.
Yeah. So what if that was the deal?
That
just makes you madder.
I mean, like the Mothman teleporting is already a bit much for me, you know.
Yeah.
I'm into the dancing though. I love the dancing Mothman. That was definitely a plus. Yeah.
I love the idea of Mothman charging himself up on those little utility pole tower things, and then just sort of teleporting by way of that. That's very interesting.
Yeah. I think, and and that when he destroys bridges, it's because he's also dancing.
He's dancing. He's thick. Them Chiefs were clapping a little too hard. Yeah. Oh god damn it, Mothman!
You don't want to see the Mothman's dance.
Because that just means
no coming back from that.
London Bridge is falling down. You know what I mean?
All I've heard.
How come every time we come about? Oh god,
Mothman. I think we'll see Mothman again, but we're gonna see some more creatures before that. We're
gonna see Mothman again personally.
We'll be hanging out with him later. But yeah. Thanks for listening, folks. This episode was produced by Ben. What's my name? Ben and JD. All our music is provided by Yager Frank. If you like the show, tell a friend. If you don't, tell an enemy. And just like them cryptids, we'll catch you again later.